What's up, everybody? So today we're doing a little bit different kind of content than we usually do here on this channel. We're going to be doing a Let's Play. Oh my gosh, is this Twitch? Are we streaming video games? What do we do? Oh, we're doing a Let's Play of an economics online game. Economics education in the form of a Let's Play. So I'm going to try and keep this pretty brief. What we're playing today is the Fiscal Ship, which is a super interactive and intuitive game developed by the fine folks over at the Brookings Institution. Really cool stuff that they've done. I want to share it with you, the economics world, so that you all can, be blessed by it. Go play it, learn some things. Yeah, learn a little bit about the trade-offs we face. I think the thing that this game does better than anything is it lets you say, these are my policy goals. This is what I want for the country, and then see how that kind of lines up with our goal of maybe writing our fiscal ship. And what is this fiscal ship that we're trying to write? Well, we're dealing with the annual budget deficit and how that adds up to our big national debt and what we can do about it, what policies we can choose to try to address that. All right, so without further ado, let's bring it up here. Let's bring it up. The Fiscal Ship. All right, we're gonna, this is it, just fiscalship.org. Again, Brookings Institution, Wilson Center have brought this to us. Very grateful for all these funders. If you are a teacher, got resources for teachers over here. Fiscalship.org. Let's play. Okay, so ask you to name yourself. We'll call ourselves Willingness to Pod. Oh my goodness, of course, the name of the channel, Willingness to Pod. And look, so highest debt levels in US history, with low interest rates, it's not so costly. As they rise, though, it gets more and more costly. Oh my goodness. Pretty big problems being created. How are we going to address them? Let's play. So the goal is to both reduce our future debt levels and govern effectively and achieve our policy goals. So let's see if we can't do this. All right, so we are gonna pick some goals here, and I'm not gonna try and be on the right side or the left side. I think here's a goal a lot of people believe in. Let's fight climate change. Let's see, what else might we want to do? Oh, we can reducing inequality. We could do that. Maybe address some of the income and wealth inequality, and let's see if there's any other. You can see that there's all sorts of different policies, and let's see if we can't achieve this goal of being a fiscal hawk. Let's see if we can, this is the idea of going after this national debt, bringing down the annual deficit, trying to, like it says here, live within our means. So those are our big governing goals. You can go through and pick your own goals when you play. And then now we get all these things, these different policies that are going to be riding on our ship with us. I'm going to move myself down to this corner over here. We're going to be choosing all these different policies to try to bring the debt down. We can see our fiscal ship over in the top right corner. Doesn't look like it's doing too hot, on the verge of sinking. So let's see what's in the news. Okay, eliminate state and local tax deductions. Okay, so this is in the news. We can look and see, okay, well, what's the idea? Well, taxpayers can deduct up to $10,000 in state and local income or sales taxes on their federal tax return. So this has been debated pretty hotly. A lot of kind of the higher tax states, kind of the Californias and New Yorks, et cetera, they're big fans of this policy because it lets them pay a little bit less on their federal taxes, rather pay those in state taxes. So there's a lot of good arguments for it. As we play this game, we can click here, look at the arguments for. So we're subsidizing certain states by giving a tax break to the people that live there. There's lots of arguments against. So the federal government is supporting, state and local governments, What's wrong with incentivizing public services? I hope you guys can see the Fiscal Ship does a great job of providing you very basic arguments for, against, explaining the issue broadly. Hey, let's do it. We're trying to be a fiscal hawk. We're going to put that one on our ship here. And looks like that's going to help reduce inequality. And we can always look down here to view our policies that we picked. And when we're done, we're going to click that finalize button. I'm going to put myself back down in that corner. All right. So that's a step in the right direction. All right. We want to raise the minimum wage. Well, one of our goals is reducing inequality. I think it might be able to do that. It looks like it's not going to change our debt levels too much. Slight change. Oh, we got another star for reducing inequality. Well, we want to reduce inequality. We want to be a fiscal hawk, boost taxes on the super rich. I believe that might do it. All right, so you guys can see how these are affecting our goals. Well, we might want to raise our corporate tax rate. That might help us achieve our fiscal hawk goals. Let's see. Let's go ahead and throw that in there. Of course, if you're following the news, we might need to figure something out with our friends in the international community to try and address that. Let's see what else we got here. Well, we can, we got these 2017 tax changes that are set to sunset in 2025. This policy would change them to just keep going on forever. There's a lot of good arguments for and against this. Obviously, big tax cuts. They might have kind of disproportionately benefited high-income households, though. So, and this will also be against our goal of being a fiscal hawk. Make it more costly for companies to shift headquarters abroad. Hey, let's do it. It might help our fiscal hawk goal. Cut some foreign aid. Well, foreign aid is not a whole big chunk of our budget, but big talk that people like to say, why are we sending money overseas? It should be helping us here in the country. And again, got this goal of being a fiscal hawk, want to bring the national debt for future generations down. How let's do it. So we're starting to get a big old pile full of policies here. Don't want to spend money if we can avoid it. Look at our fiscal ship. It's starting to get a little sunnier there in the background. The debt's coming down. Still raining, still lightning, but our boat is not sinking so bad. Reduce spending on FBI, the war on drugs, prisons, courts, border security by 25%. Hey, certainly a lot of problems in the law enforcement and judicial system. Maybe a little less money would help that, and it would help our national debt. Oh, let's do it. I hope you guys see I'm just picking some policies to show you how this game works. You go through, you look at the explanation, the for, the against, and you pick the ones you like, see how you can address our national debt problem. Oh my gosh, here's the flip side. We could fully deduct state and local taxes. Obviously, we went the other way on this other policy. One of the things I think this game does very well is it shows trade-offs, right? There's trade-offs. We live in a world not of solutions, but of trade-offs. That's a bad paraphrase of very famous economist Thomas Sowell, right? We do live in a world of trade-offs. You can't have your cake and eat it too. We can increase funding for the IRS, which is going to bring in a little bit more taxes at the cost of spending a little more for the IRS. If you guys know anyone who works over at the IRS, like I know a few people, you're probably well aware it's not a very could certainly have more workers, more employees to get that massive amount of work that they have done. They're backlogged for years, need to catch up to these tax issues they've got. So, let's do it. That'll be a fiscal hawk. So we can leave this in the news section. We can go to energy and environment. We still haven't done anything to fight climate change. Well, we also want to address inequality, so we can't cut these heating subsidies for low-income folks. Do we want to cut funding for energy research? It would help our fiscal hawk goals, but no, it's gonna hurt our ability to fight climate change. What do? We got two goals that are in conflict with one another. Oh my goodness, there might be a lot of this going on. More trade-offs to be seen. Oh my goodness. It's hard to find one of these that's both going to help our fiscal hawk goals and help fight climate change, lower the debt and address climate change. But here's one: imposing a carbon tax. Oh my goodness. Looks like that's really going to do a lot for climate change. But look what happened. It hurt inequality. What does the carbon tax have to do with inequality? Well, hey, carbon, fossil fuels, it's gas, right? You go to the pump, if there's a bigger than there is already tax on carbon or tax on gasoline, that's going to be very costly to low-income families paying their heating bills, their AC. Man, that's big problems. Let's crank up some taxes on fossil fuel companies. Help us fight climate change. Be a little bit more of a fiscal hawk. Again, we can look at these explanations. We can look at arguments for, arguments against, weigh the pros and cons. Let's throw in some more gas taxes. But look, as we achieve our goals of fighting climate change and being a good steward, being a fiscal hawk, we're not able to fight inequality as effectively. Let's see if there's anything else we can do here. Well, I guess we could spend a little bit less on the military, cancel some new aircraft carriers. That's going to help us be a fiscal hawk. Get rid of some nuclear weapons. Also help us be fiscal hawk. Maybe spend less on the World Bank. I'm still not able to get a single star on that fiscal hawk front, man. Reduce the military budget by 15%. And we still haven't got a star for fiscal hawk. Oh my goodness. But if we look at our fiscal ship itself, it's sunny. Our debt levels are now dropping. And over the course of the next 25 years, it looks like it will be returning to about the same level. So this is good stuff. Oh, are we going to kill the F-35? We can learn more. It's more than 70% over budget. It's been rescheduled over and over and over again. It's cool stuff. The big idea is we'll just have one fighter jet for all of our branches, right? It goes up and down like like the Marines need. It goes supersonic like Air Force and the Navy need. Pretty cool stuff. But maybe there's other aircraft that can just stay in service a little longer. Let's keep that one around. I guess we're just going to have to keep cutting military if we're going to be able to address. Then, oh, now I've undid one and I've raised the debt. We can build fewer submarines. Bringing back that policy we had. Trying to get a star on Fiscal Hawk, but it seems pretty hard to do that. Oh no, we don't want to quit. We're going back to the main menu here. See if we can get some taxes on investment. So pass some inheritance taxes, what some folks call estate taxes and some other folks call death taxes. Oh my goodness. There's some political language going on. Impose new tax on financial transactions. So 0.1% on the purchase of stocks and bonds. Hey, let's do it. Trying to bring down the debt. Oh, and now we've got 3 stars on reducing inequality. No stars on Fiscal Hawk still. Oh my goodness. You can raise capital gains taxes on long-term investments. Raise our capital gains rate. Let's see what else we can do. We still don't have a single star for Fiscal Hawk. I feel like we've, you look at our Fiscal Ship, it's all sunny and bright. There's a rainbow. I feel like we've done okay. Let's see what else we can do. So right now, Social Security is adjusting with the increases in the cost of living. So the COLA, cost of living adjustment. Do we want to get rid of that? Well, there's some arguments for it, arguments against. Inflation is going to eat away at those checks, but hey, we're trying to be a Fiscal Hawk. Is that going to get us a star for Fiscal Hawk? Oh, we got our first star for Fiscal Hawk. It does hurt our ability to reduce inequality, though. Okay, what if we did that for everything? Yeah, let's replace that. Let's be a little more regressive. Do it for all our policies. Reduce disability benefits. Man, we're really hurting some people that need help. Oh, but that got rid of our fiscal. Okay, well, let's get rid of this one. Go back to where we were. We lost our Fiscal Hawk star. Well, let's see if we can get it back. Let's raise the age to get Social Security eligibility. There we go. Got our star back. Well, the debt is coming down. Can we reduce Social Security benefits for people with bigger incomes, high income seniors? Do they need all this money? I don't know. Debt is coming down, coming down. You guys are seeing how this game is played. We've been able to reduce inequality and fight climate change very, very well. But at the same time, we've not really gotten our debt to where it's going to keep going down. Let's reduce farm subsidies. That'll help us be a better fiscal hawk here. Oh, we could tax sodas and other sweetened drinks. Hey, we want some nice corrective taxes, right? Sodas come with some bad effects on our economy. People buy a soda, and then other people have to fund their healthcare and expenses. Maybe we want to disincentivize that a little bit. Oh my goodness. I think we have spent enough time playing this game for you guys to get a feel for it. Obviously, we could go through all of these many different policy options. I really wanted to get more fiscal hawk boxes checked because we've done so well at reducing inequality and fighting climate change. But you know what? Our fiscal ship looks pretty good. Let's submit it. Look at this. So we got rid of those state and local tax deductions. We imposed a carbon tax. We raised corporate tax rates. We cut the U.S. military budget by 15%. We raised the age of eligibility for Social Security, and we lowered the cost of living adjustments for all of our spending programs. Not too bad. Not too bad. We did okay. We didn't achieve all our goals of being a fiscal hawk, but we did pretty good. How did we do on our other goals that we might have had? Well, we did shrink government. We didn't cut taxes. Oh, we did the opposite of strengthening national defense. We hurt the social safety net. Oh my goodness. Well, we did a little bit to invest in the future. Well, we ran against Republican priorities pretty hard. Well, we did Joe Biden's priorities pretty hard. That's pretty interesting because the whole time we were being fiscal hawks, or trying to be, while still addressing climate change and inequality. Well, there we go. Again, we can look at our plan and all the different things that we tried to do. Increase revenue 10.5% in 2046 from the original. And we are 143% toward the target debt level. So we did better than we might have otherwise seen. So let's talk about this for a sec. Fiscalship.org. You should definitely play it. Go play it. I think it does a really good job of showing when we have lots of goals, lots of things we want to do, they come into conflict, don't they? You start, we're being a fiscal hawk, and that's hurting our ability to reduce income inequality because we're doing things like slashing the social safety net. And these things are all going to come into conflict. And that makes all this very difficult, right? Because we live in a world of trade-offs. You're trying to do one thing and it's hurting your ability to do something else, right? We experience this on a household level, just like the government does, right? If you're saving up to buy a car, maybe you're not saving up to invest in your 401k or the stock market, et cetera, right? Everything comes with choices. Everything comes with trade-offs. What do we get when we put money here? What do we get when we put money here? These are very hard decisions to make. Oh my goodness. And let's remember, we were able to go through and say, I like this policy. I don't like that one. I like this one. And we were dictators. We were, the fiscal ship lets you be in control of the federal government. And of course, we know when it actually comes to passing laws, things are not quite that simple, unfortunately. We got to build consensus. We need people from all sorts of different places across the country to come together, all sorts of backgrounds, political persuasions, identities of various kinds. And we've all got to come together and pass laws that we can all agree on. And man, that makes it really hard, especially to raise taxes and cut spending and address this big fiscal problem we face, that is the national debt. I hope you learned a thing or two. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you go play the game. Oh my goodness, go play fiscalship.org. That's going to do it for us today. See you later.